Okay, we are live. What we have here is a Home Depot Makita EA4300F, okay? It is also the equivalent to a Dolmar 421, and it has been on my short list of saws for quite a while now. And what I've been doing is watching Home Depot, because these are the rental saws for your bigger Home Depots that rent out equipment. So what they do is, this is their 16-inch rental saw, and after a while they sell them. So I've been keeping tabs. I found one local to me that the price eventually dropped down to $179, which I thought was an acceptable price for what it was. It's a 2-year-old saw. Looking in, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick this up or not, but it is 11 of 2018. And the rub on these is that they're made in China. Okay, so Dolmar was a historic German brand. Makita bought Dolmar, God, don't quote me on it, but I know it was years ago, and has since pretty much phased out the Dolmar name, and now you're left with Makita. And if I am correct, the 4300F and also the 421 are currently now discontinued, so I don't even know if you can get these anymore. Okay, so like I said, picked up the saw for $179. I have done nothing to this saw yet, okay? Absolutely zero. I brought it home. Nothing. All I did was take the tags off, some of which I still have on the handle here, which is gonna be scrap. So I don't even know if it runs. I bought it as is. It's on the smaller end of the saws, or I don't have a 42cc saw. Okay, so the smallest I have is 50cc saws. I have a 550 XP and also a Dolmar 5105. And the Dolmar has been my go-to saw. Actually, it was my first saw that I've had, and that was my go-to firewood saw forever. However, like I said, the 421 was on my radar forever. I always wanted just a tad size smaller, but still in a pro saw, so you still have your magnesium crankcase. So you would ever have to split the case or repair it, you can do a full pro rebuild on it, and it's light. Okay, light with the easy to start. I'm very anxious to tear this thing down. My plans are, because it's only 3 years old now at this point, I don't want to do a full rebuild on it. Okay, what I'd like to do is just clean it up. Well, number one, make sure it runs. Number two, break it down to the point where I can just clean it up, make sure it runs solidly enough, and just use it for my smaller firewood. Okay, so like I said, I have not started it up. It came with well, that's kind of funny. All right, so Makita saw with an echo bar. 16-inch bar. What do we have here? So 16-inch, 3/8 low profile. 050. There's your gauge. So, whoa, that is snug. All right, so first things first. That's a little too snug for my liking. Let's just pull this off before we get our test run, just see what we're looking like underneath the clutch cover here. I believe it's going to be an inboard clutch. I believe I am correct. So we have side chain tensioner, inboard clutch, sprocket is built right into the clutch. But you know what? It does not look bad. Yeah, it doesn't even look dirty. Now, I don't know if Home Depot cleaned this up. I don't know what their procedure is. Inside of the clutch cover. Whatever. Not bad. Kind of anxious now to see if she's gonna run. was super excited when I found this. Like I said, there are no really local Dolmar dealers in our area. We used to have one that was semi-close, but that doesn't even tilt up all that much. He was maybe about a half an hour away, and it did not take him long to drop out of a Dolmar business, and that's probably going back, I bet you, 10 years ago. Now let's see, something was happening. Whew. Wow. It's snug. That's too much. A little too much. That feels better. So like I said, we'll break this down together. Hopefully it does not have a scored piston or anything like that. Much better. Nope, now we're a little loose. Wouldn't that be the way it goes? There we go. Much nicer. So, see, there is fuel in the primer bulb, but I don't know what Home Depot uses for fuel. It's a shame because it's full. My first inclination is to dump it because I don't know what they use. And you know what? I'm not taking any chances. We're dumping it. I have become very particular in my fuel since getting into rebuilding saws. I strictly only use canned fuel now on any chainsaw, period. Because I have more than I really know what to do with anymore. Some of them sit for a while. And I know if I got canned fuel in there, I'm gonna be good for at least 2 years. It's a shame, huh? But again, I don't know what Home Depot uses. And I don't feel like taking any chances. So, a little bit of a mess. Stand by here. I love that smell though. Actually, while we have this open, why don't we just take a look what the fuel filter looks like. Well, bro, it's interesting. Now, I almost always have a spare, and now will be the time that I don't. 'Cause that's the way things seem to go. Any other time I'd have fuel filters. Not today. What's one more trip, huh? Nope. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna waste time. Walbro fuel filter. It's not the cleanest. That's definitely gonna get replaced. Just not at the moment. So, for test fuel, BP, this is the 40 to 1, 50 to 1. I got a good deal on this. All of my rebuilt saws I run at 40 to 1 solely. I got too good of a deal on this to let it go. That was at, I think that was at Odd Lots. Got a good deal on it, I had to buy it. And it's kind of like my startup fuel. Weed whacker, leaf blower, getting everything ready in the spring. I'll use it on that. So let's take a look. Did they leave me bar oil? Assuming since they gassed it up. Oh yeah. Plenty. Bar oil is full. So, do we have a running saw? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give it 6. Choke is gonna be off camera here for a minute. Sounds good. All right, I'd call that a success. So we know it runs, all right? The couple seconds that we had it on, at least idled, all right? No problem starting that up. I think we only had to choke it, maybe what, 2, 3 pulls. Fired right up, no worries. Now, let's see what's under the hood. Oh, that was very comforting. I don't have my air compressor or anything fired up. This is just like a quick rundown on what it looks like. I'm not actually gonna do any tearing down tonight. That'll be for another day. But that really actually pulled over super easy. So, it's dirty. I don't know how well the camera's picking some of that up. There's dirt. All right, air filter's definitely gonna be coming off. That is going to get blown out clean, new spark plug. How does this top cover attach? I wonder if the carb, I'm gonna assume the carb's not adjustable. Even though it does have a low and a high, I can't see in there. Without breaking this down any, oh, it's gunked. Wow. That on camera? Maybe. That carburetor is dirty. It's got to get cleaned big time. I'm also not a big fan of those, like the nylon filters. I prefer the fleeced ones. I just think they clean up easier and they catch more. All right, so how do you come off? Huh. Boy, that was tough. Yeah, see, a little dirty. It's got to get cleaned. No big deal. So now you can see. O-ring around the throat. I mean, it's not horrendous. It does look like I want to get it clean before I start pulling on it, twisting the plugs. Not too bad. I mean, that's going to clean up nice. That is not a big deal at all. Hell no. Actually, it's exciting having another Dolmar in the family. It's cool. All right, so why don't you, hang on here. Let's at least get some of this dirt off so we're not jamming sawdust down into our carburetor. I don't have any air left. Going off camera real quick, see if there's any air left in my compressor. Nah, not enough. Not enough. Not enough to do anything meaningful with. It'll be another day. Wow, the inside of that, can you see that? The inside. Will you focus? There's a lot of dirt on the inside. This air filter. I mean, more than... Wow, look at that. All the more reason to use a flocked filter. That is horrendous. I mean, if that's on the inside of your air filter, how is some of that not getting sucked down into your carburetor? I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna run this saw anymore. Other than that initial test, until that gets cleaned up. I don't even want to put that back on. Wow. It might be the dirtiest inside I've ever seen. I'm just gonna plug that up. Like I said, I'm not gonna run this, hell no, until that gets cleaned up. Onward quickly. So I want to have a quick peek. Well, you know what we're gonna do? That bar and chain. Now they can come off. Because we're not running this until clean her up completely. I know she's a runner. It's exciting. I didn't buy a complete total lemon from Home Depot. Whoa. One nice thing about the new XP saws from Husky is the captive bar nuts. Those are handy. Also, as much as I love the 2 series saws, side chain adjusting. Wow. I'm not an engineer. How about this chain? Did they give me a new chain? How's that look on camera? Sorry. Not bad. I mean, it's a salvageable chain. What is it? Probably the Home Depot special. Echo bar. Bar certainly not new. Well, at least she's not beat to the point of, we'll use it. We'll use it. See a whole lot of oil. Single saw dogs, the oil adjustable. You know what? I'm not sure offhand if this has an adjustable oiler. All right. Sprocket looks in decent shape. Adjustable oiler. Yeah. Of course it's schmegged. Oh, I'm way out of camera. That's not good. You see that on the bottom? There's your adjustable oiler. Can I get a screwdriver in there? Is that on cam? Yeah. What do we got in there? So, to the right is more oil. I don't think that's gonna turn. Almost feels like it's maxed out, which is normally what I do anyway. I'd rather have more oil than not enough. Real quick, we're just gonna take a peek at the muffler, check to see how our piston is, and then this is probably gonna get called. T27. Let's see if 27 is it. Bingo. It didn't feel like compression was anything super low. Hoping there's no surprises here. If I don't have to rebuild the top end, I don't want to. Especially on a saw that's only 3 years old. Nice. I'm hoping this piston is going to be buttery smooth. And we'll tear it all down together. I wish the muffler was non-catalytic, but I don't have a welder. I used to years ago, and I got rid of that, so I could cut it apart, but I don't have anybody that could tack it back together. You know, why are you? It's a 4-foot screw. Longer than the other two. All right. That's a shroud. Interesting. Well, look at that. Now, obviously, I've never had one of these apart before, but I've never had a muffler that was in pieces like that. Get out of here. So as I'm talking about taking this apart to be able to cut the catalyst out, look at that. That's gonna be a project right there. First catalyst is gonna be getting cut out of a muffler. Unbelievable. What's this like? Does this slide out? Spark arrestor screen. Yeah. We'll probably torch that just to get all the carbon off of that, but unbelievable. That's cool. I was not expecting that. Not one bit. I'll take it. So, ooh, look at that. Beautiful. You can see the piston ring. Hopefully that's coming up on camera, but that piston is pristine. Inside the cylinder, I can't see everything. Now, there is a couple marks on the intake side, which is kind of the opposite of what I would have been. I can't just tell if that's general wear, though. It doesn't look like transfer to me. Even still. That looks nice. I'll take it. Super excited for that. Definitely not something I need to tear down. That is for sure. We're just gonna clean this up real nice. All we have is what? 1, 2, looks like 3 spot welds to cut off. And that will open up. Oh, that is awesome. That was a complete accident. I had no idea. Complete 100% surprise. All right, so. because I know this is going to be we're missing a screw there. That I can see. All in all, guys, super exciting. It's going to be a fun project. Tearing it down, cleaning it up. Piece it back together, and we're going to cut some wood with it. We've got a lot more exciting things besides this Makita too. I got another saw in a box over there that's going to be a 100% complete tear down, rebuild, split the case, new top end, whole shebang, which I'm super excited for. I'll give you the sneak preview. It's a 2 Series Husky. Yeah, I do have a 262 back there on the shelf. It is not a 262, sorry. Same family though, all right, just for a hint. And it's gonna be an exciting build. There's gonna be some trial and error, some engineering. Some of the parts are NLAs, so it's gonna be fun experimenting. Now, because this is gonna be taken apart and put back together a couple more times, I'm just dabbing a tiny bit of anti-seize onto these muffler bolts, and by tiny I'm just talking a dab, because until this is going to be final assemble, I don't want to break any bolts, and these were hot and in there. Okay, just a little bit. Nothing crazy, nothing out of control. Just enough that it won't be a bear to break them loose. I'm gonna pull that off to cut the catalyst out of that, which is definitely gonna be on the project list. And I'm excited to do that with you guys, not by myself. Just snug. Don't need to go gorilla crazy. My wife yells at me all the time for it. Good enough. All right. Excuse me, I'll tuck that back in. And then we'll look up what chain that is. So the only real bolt that I could see that's got to get replaced off the parts list is going to be that one to hold the top cover on. Which I want to take off anyway, because I want to get it nice and cleaned up, make it respectable. I don't think anything even has to be done with that. We're gonna run it. We're just gonna clean her up. New spark plug. New fuel filter. Clean it up, and we're gonna run it. So keep your eyes out if you have a local Home Depot near you with a rental. Keep an eye out on their saws. I know that you can also get 6100s here, which is a heck of a saw too, right? Dolmar 6100 60cc saw. Not an auto tune, but Yeah, it's a saw I'd love to have. So there we have it, guys. First impressions, Makita EA 4300F, Home Depot rental saw. And next time you see me, we're gonna tear her down, start cleaning. In the meantime, I'm gonna get a spark plug, a fuel filter, maybe an air filter. I don't know, we'll see how that, how I can get that one cleaned up, and we'll resume from there. All right, thanks guys.